Hello, my name is Krashi Baya, and welcome to these Forbidden Fruits. Just chilling like a flower in the attic, giving you a little bit of insight as to what my brain is um, fumbling over right now, as far as my thought processes, and not really any kind of message, just forbidden fruit. So I was thinking about the story of Cain and Abel, and God's favoritism. Like, God, capital G, as in the God that Cain and Abel were worshiping, the God of that time, and how God played favoritism. And here's a little breadcrumb from God, I suppose. The umbrella God, not the Cain and Abel God. Cain slew Abel. Why? I was just looking up, the Watchers, because you guys are my fellow fallen, and my beasts of burden, and Cain is called the Wanderer, not the Watcher, but the Wanderer, and because he was, punished for killing his brother. But why did he kill his brother? Because he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. He was just mad. He wasn't mad at his brother for being blessed and favored by God. He was mad at God. But how you gonna beat the fuck out of an entity or out of an authority figure? You know what I mean? How in the hell are you going to stand up to that authority figure and be like, bitch, that ain't fair. That's not fair. And there is the impulse of rage that comes from fear, and not just fear, but jealousy, wrath, pride. He was hurt, and these are all words of a lower vibration that we all get into, because why? Because we're depicted as beings that are meant to worship, not devote our gratitude towards, but worship. And we just can't do enough, can we? We just can't do enough to please him. Can't do enough to please this God to make everything great for us. But that's not true. It's not. And the fallen angels, allegedly, they were, bad. And then we get back to the dichotomy, the polarity of things. We are not supposed to live in a polarity. We're not supposed to live where it's either bad or good. It can't be both. It can't be both. Cain, I'm sure, loved his brother. I'm sure he loved his brother. Abel, I'm sure, loved his brother. But the frustration they had, or Cain had, with God for favoring one over the other. And they had never known violence. Cain didn't know that he was going to beat the fuck out of Abel, and then all of a sudden Abel was just not going to ever open his eyes again. He was going to be gone. I'm quite positive that he probably would not have done what he had done, and not for the punishment that he sustained, but for the fact that he lost his brother. And the punishment that he sustained was what? He's isolated. He's isolated, and he's thrown to the wolves. But no one will kill him, so he has to suffer. Isn't that what is happening to so many of us? So many of us? And then there are ones that choose to suffer because they are basically taking the guilt and shame of what they have done and personalizing it and saying, I can't be forgiven, I don't forgive myself, it's not okay, what I did was wrong, nothing can change, I suck, I'm going to punish myself. And then there are others of us that are like, I